They come up in an offset eye.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. First carry for Peyton Barber. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. He's coming. We got double up.
On 2nd down, Barber. And an alley to run. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there on the option. 46 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the whip. Check. Let's go. Come on. Mike 51. Come on. Sunday. He's getting some penetration.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Tight dog. Green, triple C. Flip it.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Santos with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Monday, down. You ready? 45. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On first down, Washington. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Down. 185. Check. 45 to Mike. Pick me up. Here we go.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Complete to Washington. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Hey, stop. Get that ball.
Winston gives to Barber. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Under coach. Sonic. Green, 17. 54, Mike, 54. Hey, let's get it for first. Watch 54, watch 54.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He's got Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
29 more yards. That's another Buccaneers first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
You got tight right there. Wait. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Extreme. Check. Okay. Switch. Let's go.
Now Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
Again, it's Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with touchdown number 12 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And it's 21-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Washington, and they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check pass.
On play action, now Carr. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the 1st half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Following the interception, Winston hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Jameis to throw it. And he's going to go down again. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Winston now. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They'll try and run here with Barber. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ready. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Rip right. Rip right. Let him go.
Jameis now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Santos now to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Next to score, Buccaneers 28, Raiders 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
On 1st down, Carr. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Carr to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going deep for Brown. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check, 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 check.
To throw, Winston. Got a man, it's Brashon Perriman. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Barber on 1st and 10. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 43-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
I got you.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's been a long day for you.
They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Hey, switch gears.
Wait.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Open man has got one. It's complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Now Jones. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Barber. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Winston now after the fumble recovery. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready? Move ready. Check 55 to Mike. Get your swarm on. Let's go.
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They're running it. Let's go.
They'll go again to Jones. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On 3rd down, here comes Barber. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Carr. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Don't get nervous. Green, Timothy.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bucs on third down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Mike 20. Mike 25.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On first down, it's Jones. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey, eat. Army. Army.
They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Bucs on third down. They've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Deep grip.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38.
A 38-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
Carr completes it, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's complete to Richard, the running back. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Now, 45, 180, 180, we're good, 180, that's it.
Carr now on 1st down. Got his man, that's Tyrell Williams. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
I smell fear in that.
Carr going to go on 4th down. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Carr to throw again. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. To try again after the sack. Carr to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. But now it's 3rd and goal. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Defense wins championships, baby.
And they take a knee.
Winston on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Ready, blue ready. 55. I got wide. Let him go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Winston on the keeper.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.